You've heard the stories: the fiery phoenix that rises from its ashes, the monstrous kraken that drags ships into the abyss. Atlantis, an entire civilization swallowed by the sea. These are myths, right? Fabrications, exaggerations, bedtime tales for ancient dreamers. But what if they weren't? What if, buried beneath the layers of metaphor and magic, these stories carried whispers of something real? Something ancient? Something science has only just begun to uncover? Today, we're diving into 10 myths you thought were fiction, but they hold chilling, fascinating, and awe-inspiring roots in the real world. Let's begin. The phoenix, a bird that ignites, dies, and is reborn in flames. Sounds like fantasy, but nature offers a surprising parallel. Deep in the frost-bitten forests of North America, the wood frog doesn't just survive winter, it freezes solid. Heart stopped, no breath, no movement. And when spring arrives, it thaws, comes back to life, and hops away as if death never touched it. It's no firebird, but a creature that dances on the edge of death and returns, reborn. That's not a fairy tale. That's biology. Then there's the Yeti, that shaggy white creature wandering the Himalayas, leaving massive footprints behind. Locals whisper its name. Climbers swear they've seen shadows. For decades, science dismissed it, until researchers tested samples, fur, bones, droppings. Many of them matched an ancient species of bear long thought to be extinct, or at least unknown to modern science. Could it be the creature behind the myth? A legend built around a very real beast of the mountains? And what about Atlantis? Plato spoke of a glorious city swallowed by the sea. For centuries, it was called a fable, a philosophical allegory. But beneath the waves near the island of Santorini lies Akrotiri, a Bronze Age settlement frozen in volcanic ash. Roads, homes, pottery, all eerily advanced. Scientists believe a colossal eruption ended it. The sea took the rest. Atlantis isn't a fantasy. It's a memory etched in ash. You've heard of the Kraken, giant tentacles rising from the deep, dragging entire vessels under. Ridiculous? Not quite. In the darkest parts of the ocean, the giant squid lurks. With eyes the size of dinner plates and tentacles stretching over 40 feet, it's a living nightmare. For centuries, sailors feared it. Now, science confirms it. The Kraken exists. It just swims silently through the abyss. Then there's the tale of legends. Myths spoke of healing tears from magical beasts. Crocodiles, in particular, were once said to weep as they devoured their prey. A metaphor, they claimed. But guess what? Crocodiles really do cry, not out of remorse, of course. It's a reflex, a biological quirk triggered during feeding. Healing tears might be myth, but the phenomenon? All too real. Now let's talk about the Chupacabra, a vampiric creature said to suck the blood of livestock, stalking in the dead of night across Latin America. Sound wild? Investigations linked most sightings to wild coyotes stricken with mange, a skin disease that renders them hairless, skeletal, monstrous. These pitiful, desperate animals, driven to hunt in unusual ways, became the basis of a terrifying myth. Not a monster, just a sick survivor, mistaken for the supernatural. Mount Meru, the cosmic mountain at the center of the universe. According to many ancient cultures, it held the world together, a symbol, surely. But here's the twist. Ancient flood myths from across the globe describe mountains as the last refuge of survivors. Archaeological and geological studies show that massive, sudden floods did occur during the melting of the last ice age, some catastrophic enough to reshape entire coastlines. Mount Meru may not be literal, but its story echoes the trauma of a real global deluge. The Basilisk, a serpent so deadly its gaze could kill. While no animal has that supernatural power, the cobra comes disturbingly close. One flare of its hood, one drop of venom, and death follows quickly for small prey. Some species even spit venom into eyes, causing temporary blindness. It's not magic, but it's just close enough that you can see how myth was born. Off the southern coast of India lies another legend, Kumari Kandam, a sunken continent said to be home to an advanced civilization, now drowned beneath the sea. Scientists have found submerged structures off the Indian coast. Sonar scans reveal formations that don't seem entirely natural, and with sea levels rising over 400 feet since the Ice Age, it's entirely possible an ancient culture once thrived and vanished there. And finally, the Wendigo, a cannibalistic spirit born from starvation and madness in the frozen forests of North America. Fiction? Think again. Early records from colonial Canada describe cases of individuals so stricken by hunger, isolation, and fear, they committed unthinkable acts. The mind broke. The legend grew. Wendigo isn't just a ghost. It's a warning from history about what desperation can do to the human soul. These aren't just tales. They are echoes. Echoes of real fears, real events, real creatures. Myth isn't nonsense. It's memory dressed in wonder. And sometimes, truth wears the costume of legend. So next time you hear a bedtime story or ancient fable, lean in closer. Listen not for the fantasy, but for the fragments of truth woven beneath. Because the line between myth and reality is thinner than you think. Like, follow and subscribe for more stories that reveal the impossible and show you it was real all along.